Disaster, the name of that one. It's some Listen Lady right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast. Yes, one of the new bands I got turned on to this past year. They're online at listenlady.bandcamp.com. I first heard of them through, yes, that's right, I picked up a physical zine, as I do every other month. That was Razor Cake, and that's where I learned of Listen Lady. Before that, we heard from the now defunct, unfortunately now defunct, the Jesse Minute, Sweet on Me, the name of that one. Tony Jones here, a bunch of people checking in with me on the good old-fashioned Facebook. They're tuning in throughout the globe. Thank you. I'm kind of doing a few computers and my cell phone at the same time, so I'd love to chat with you. It's just going to be when the music's playing here on Rhode Island Free Radio and on AM 1320 WARA. Something I want to talk about, and I'll bring it around the room with Chuckles the Clown and DJ Psycho Eddie, who are in studio with me from Chuckles Crypt and My Night Out Radio, respectively. How quickly the news cycle goes. Now, 1 year ago, and I remember it distinctly, I was taking a Homeland Security class at the time, and it revolved around war, not necessarily urban warfare, but biological warfare. And it seems like it was 1,000 years ago we were talking about Ebola. Now, at this point in time, you think back, you say, what, Ebola? But it was a year ago today that people were dropping dead, and now in the mainstream news, you never hear about Ebola, the Ebola virus. The news cycle moves so quickly that it's almost an afterthought. But a year ago, we thought it was going to be the end of the world.
Well, that falls into, I think the mainstream media wants to keep you distracted. This is a conspiracy theory. A lot of people share it. However, if something really bad is going on, like, I don't know, a war, and
or several wars,
something like that, and they have several things going on that they really don't want you to know about, let's point the finger somewhere else, and let's attract it to, I don't know, a virus that's killed, 5 people, 10 people. Yes, this is going to be the next plague that's going to hit the country.
We're all going to die.
And you're going to be next. So everyone gets that fear in them. Oh, my God, the Ebola. And they forget about, $40 billion worth of explosives going off in whatever country that they speak with a lot of phlegm.
Now, just us as kind of average Americans, I mean, do you guys feel like, and I guiltily would say that I don't, do you feel like we are in wartime? Because we are, but it doesn't feel like it.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, yes, we are in wartime because there is a war going on that we are involved in.
Again, several.
Well, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. There are wars going on. We are part of them. And therefore, they are, technically we are in wartime, but they don't attract our attention to it like they did during Vietnam, during World War I, World War II, even Korea. Because they don't want first off, the wartime economy. Everyone says you make money in a wartime economy. However, the only profits that are being seen are through big business, a.k.a. Halliburton. And the people that would normally profit from wartime economy aren't making jack.
That's because around the time when these other wars that we have talked about in history, there's this almighty thing called the draft. You don't see that present anymore. But I guarantee you, if that became an issue, you would be hearing about this war a lot more.
All of a sudden, people would perk up a little bit.
A lot more than you are now. And the other wars were...
Luckily, we're all too old.
Right. And the other wars, other stuff was prosperous because we were already in the hole. So someone's starting, well, let's just say for a fact, a broccoli farm made money because the army needed broccoli.
Right.
For weapons.
But we don't need that stuff right now. All we need is for... the meals to go over there. Everything is provided through civilian world. So we're not really needy of anything.
But when you think of World War II, every man, woman, and child was, for lack of a better word, invested in that war.
Right, because you had rations, you had stamps, you had certain things you couldn't use like rubber. You couldn't use certain metals because it was all going towards the war.
On the other hand, you also did not have things like Nintendo, cable TV.
Right.
You did not have the distractions taking you away from, oh, wait, what's going on with the war? Because of, and we've talked about this several times on Tony's show, on my show, people now, in this day and age, need constant stimulation. I've paid $20 to go see a show at whatever nightclub, and when it is a lull in the music, you're thinking, hey, let's go for wieners. It's not, hey, let's stick around and check out
I thought that
the
was just
bands.
because we're fat.
Well, it is because of that, but there are other factors playing in. Like when you get your lull, your mind wanders. We are not, as a society, focused on these things as we were 50 years ago.
Because it's
Even
not
20
affecting
years
us
ago.
as much as
Right.
it used to. You look at something that's another thing is, and yes, there's casualties in this war. There's casualties in every war, but they're nowhere near the numbers that past wars have had. If we had soldiers and sailors and Air Force folks coming back in the numbers and the boxes that they were back in Vietnam, this would be more of an issue.
You'd hope so.
But yeah, but instead, because these
Well,
Gentlemen.
again, this goes back to mainstream media saying on a very quick blip, 5-second news segment, hey, in today's news, we had 27 casualties or 5,200 casualties or whatever, however many casualties. But in other news, Apple just released a new cell phone.
Yeah.
and
That
they
you
have
can't afford.
we have a 20-minute segment on the new Apple phone, but we're not talking about the 5,200 people that just died in whatever incursion that just happened in Syria, Pakistan, whatever.
And by the way, Kim Kardashian stubbed her toe today.
that someone had a sex change. But let's never mind the fact that these two guys went out of state and came back in. And
Now that just rubs me the wrong way. How can the woman of the year
be a man.
actually not have been a woman for more than a year?
I think you got to talk to a good friend of ours that runs another show on this for that.
That's just something that another mainstream media thing that let's really focus on a person who has not been a woman for a full year, but yet is dubbed the woman of the year, and yet you have women who have been okayed and cleared to fight in full combat now. I would vote for any one of those women holding a
submarines.
rifle and on submarines well before Caitlin, Bruce, whatever her name is, his
Excellent.
name is.
Yep.
I mean, I think it should be a law. If you want to become a woman, that's great. You have to be a woman for at least a year before you can reap any of the benefits of being a
In
woman.
case you change your mind.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Now, you remember this, Mr. Jones? In the 90s, the big war was the war on drugs.
An abysmal failure.
Yeah, and everybody remembers that in this room. That stuff's still going on right now. People are still getting blown away and murdered down at those borders for
Somewhere
this
in-
stuff, and no one ever puts this in the news. And this is still
No,
it's still
because-
going. It's like, oh, what happened to the war on drugs? It's not so much of a war anymore.
Again, the U.S. government does not want us to see another abysmal failure. I still have the sticker that my niece came home from school with. I'd rather eat bugs than do drugs. I giggle every time I see it because I'm usually high as shit.
And your dope dealer's coming around the corner with that same bumper sticker.
Cool shirt, man. If you could believe it, we are 35 minutes and 40 seconds away from 2016. They're one of my favorite bands, so I'd be remiss if I didn't play another track from the Misfits right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio and AM 1320 WARA from the remixed, re-released Project 1950. Here's the Misfits with You're the Devil in Disguise.
Like an angel, walk like an angel, talk like an angel, but I got wise. You're the devil in disguise. Oh yes you are, devil in disguise. Oh yes you are. You fooled me with your kisses. You cheated and deceived. Heaven knows how you lied to me. You're not the way you seem. You look like an angel. Walk like an angel. Talk Smash the gates.